Lecture number 3, Public Health Engineering, Chapter 1, Quantity and Quality of Water. Syllabus point covered: intake structure, definition and types, factors governing the location of an intake structure, types of intake structure. Next is objective, explain various types of intake structure and draw flow diagram of water supply scheme. Next point is intake structure. Intakes are structures which are essentially consist of open grating or strainer through which the raw water from river, canal enters and is carried to sump well by means of conduits. Water is then pumped to treatment plant through rising mains. Intakes are used to collect the water from various sources. Now we will see types of intake. Following are the various types of intakes. First one is canal intake. Second one is reservoir intake. Third is lake intake. And fourth one is river intake. Our first intake structure is canal intake. Here we can see diagram of canal intake. As water level in canal remains more or less constant, there is no need of providing pipes at various levels. A canal intake consists of a pipe placed in a brick masonry chamber constructed partly in the canal bank. Here we can see canal, and half part of this intake structure is constructed inside this canal. On one side of the chamber, an opening is provided with a coarse screen for the entrance of water. Here we can see coarse screen to allow the entry of water inside this intake structure. The end of the pipe, which is shown in this box inside the chamber, is provided with bell mouth fitted with a hemisphere fine screen. Here we can see a hemisphere fine screen. The outlet pipe carries the water to the other side of the canal bank, from where it is taken to the treatment plant. Next type of intake structure is reservoir intake. A reservoir is formed by constructing a dam or weir across the river. The dam may be earthen dam, masonry dam or concrete dam. Since the water level in the reservoir changes time to time, intake pipes are provided at different level. Here we can see pipes which are provided at the different level because of fluctuating water level. Reservoir intake, which is mostly used to draw the water from earthen dam reservoir, is shown in figure. It consists of an intake tower constructed on the slope of the dam. Screens are provided and are controlled by valves provided to control the water flow. Next type of intake structure is lake intake. For obtaining water from lakes, mostly submersible intakes are used. These intakes are constructed in the bed of the lake, which consists of a pipe. We can see pipe and a bell opening protected by timber or concrete crib. Water flows from this opening and it is collected in sump well and then pumped to the treatment plant. These intakes are cheap in construction. It is circular masonry tower well of 4 to 7 meter diameter. Here diameter of this intake structure is 4 to 7 meter. It is constructed along the river bank at a place from where water can be drawn in required quantity. Here intake structure is installed at this suitable location because water level is sufficient here, so that we can draw water from this upper pipe as well as this lower pipe. The various river intakes are wet intake, dry intake and movable intake. Since it is located on the banks of river, it is also called as shore intake. Our next point is factors governing the location of intake structure. The following are the factors to be kept in mind while locating the intake structure. First point is, at the site there should not be any heavy current of water which might endanger the safety of intake works. Second point is, the site of intake structure should be easily approachable. Next point is, intake should draw sufficient quantity of water. Fourth point is, best quality of water should be available near the intake. Fifth point is, intake must be placed near the treatment plant. Point number 6, intake must not be located in the vicinity of point of sewage disposal. Point 7, the site should remain easily accessible during floods and should not get flooded. Point 8, the site should provide best quality of water in order to minimize the cost of purification. Next heading is quantity of water. Let's see importance of public health engineering. First point is, human activities, either productive or consumptive, are responsible for rapid degradation of our environment. Human beings, industries, vehicles are responsible for generating huge solid, liquid and gaseous wastes which causes degradation of our natural environment. These wastes need to be treated with the processes and systems such that environmental balance is not disturbed. Moreover, in the present context, it should be seen as how to reuse the waste products as non-renewable natural resources are rapidly decreasing. Environmental engineering deals with investigation of sources of water for drinking as regards to quality and quantity. Next point is providing treatment to raw water to make it fit for drinking. Third point is storage and distribution of water. Fourth point is collection of all the types of waste, treatment of waste to make this safe for disposing in nature or reuse. Point number 6, study, analysis and control of air pollution. Number 7, solid waste management. And last one is noise pollution control. Functions of parts of water supply project. First point is intake well. The main function of intake well is to collect the water from surface source and convey it to treatment plant. Second point is jack well. The jack well is situated on the bank of source and the main function is to receive the water from intake well and discharge to the treatment plant. Third point is aeration unit. It is the physical process which works on the principle of gas exchange by increasing the water area in contact with atmospheric air either by spray or by keeping the surface of liquid constantly agitated so as to reduce the thickness of liquid and enable it to come in contact with atmospheric air. Our next point is flash mixer. The main function of flash mixer is the solution of coagulants is mixed thoroughly in the water by means of fan operated by electric motor. Next point is clariflocculator. This helps in forming a big size flock and increases the efficiency of sedimentation. Next is filter unit to filter the water. And next point is elevated service reservoir to supply the water under gravity. They also supply water during emergency. Now we will see flow diagram of water supply scheme from source to the consumer. Source of water is divided into two categories. First one is surface sources and second one is underground sources. It is also known as subsurface source of water. Surface sources are divided in three types: rivers, lakes and reservoirs. Underground sources are divided in three categories: springs, wells and infiltration galleries. Then water is carried out to intake structures from surface sources as well as from underground sources. Then from intake structure, water is passed to the treatment unit, where in treatment work, water passes through several processes such as sedimentation, filtration, disinfection, and then it is passed to distribution system, and then it is given to the consumers.